chess lovers, welcome to Shadhok Chess Home YouTube channel. Anatoly Karpov, Russian Grandmaster and World Champion, of course, born 23rd May. Today I want to analyze or watch Karpov's Immortal game. It's Anatoly Karpov versus Veselin Topalov, played on Linares 1994, a historic match. So let's start with the moves. Karpov white pieces started with d4 and of course knight f6 by Veselin Topalov. Then c4 and c5, attacking the d5 and d4 pawn, and knight f3 and capture, and capture on d4. e6 is played with Topalov. g3, fiancé purpose, knight c6. Turn 5, g3, knight c6. It's Karpov's move, played bishop g2, ready for the castle king side, and bishop c5, knight b3, attack the bishop again, and bishop e7, knight c3, developing minor pieces, and castles early by Topalov, and Karpov do the same, does the same, and now d6. Planning to play bishop d7. Now bishop f4, developing the last major minor piece, and knight s5, and Topalov attack it, and white played e3, not removing the dark bishop, attack the knight, and knight capture, and e into f4 captured, bishop d7 now, and queen d2, and connecting the rooks here, maybe playing trying to play rook on d1 and rook on e1. Both rooks will come, and all the developments are finished by Karpov. Now queen b8, playing passively, and rook fe1. Okay. Taking control of the semi-open file here, and Topalov play here g6, again another awkward move. That means he wants to go for fiancé, and weakening the squares f6 and a6. Here white played let's see, after g6, ace4 is played. Karpov wants to break opponent's king side, and ace4. After ace4, a6 is played by Topalov, and ace5, quick break on the king side. Now white played ace into g6, and black must capture with ace into g6 is played. So the ace file is open now, and knight c5 by Anatoly Karpov, attacking the bishop on d7, sacrifice the knight, and d to c5, Topalov takes, and queen to d7, and rook c8, protecting the knight as it defends the bishop on e7. So first protects the knight, and the knight is the defender. And now it's white's move. And rook into e6. So what's that? It is white is in advantage in open development, but this time white just sacrificed whole rook, very unexpected, and he can gain 2 or 3 pawns. So okay, let's continue how Karpov manages to attack the king. So rook a7 is played. Attack the queen, and rook g6. Another pawn taken. The rook, you must capture the rook, as your king is open, and your king is only piece remaining on the king side. So white keeping attacking, sacrificing his rook. So now f into z6. At last, Topalov takes, and queen on d queen e6 check to protect from and attack the pawn also on g6. So can black save his pawn by playing king around the pawn. So let's see, king g6 is played, g7 is played now. Bishop into knight. Okay, here is the take. After sacrificing the rook, black gets a knight and 2 pawn. It's really so compensating. So rook d8 now, as the bishop is cannot be captured. The rook black Topalov plays rook in open file. Now scene to b5. Karpov tries to take material, and bishop f6. Attack the knight. Maybe what is going to remove the knight from knight e4, sacrificing a pawn on b2, and attacking the f6 bishop. So bishop d4, nice post, and attack the f2 pawn, and protect own pawn on c5. B into a6, another pawn captured, and queen b6 is played. white can protect this a6 pawn, but I think uh, the bishop will then go away from the attack. So let's see what is happened and what moves is played by the positional player ever in chess. So queen b6. After queen b6, move number 27, white played rook d1. Okay, and queen a6. The pawn is captured, and now rook into d4. Another rook sacrificed, and black is surely going to capture it with the rook. Rook d4, queen f6 check, as the bishop is no longer here on d4, so capture check on f6, and king should only square maybe g8, queen g6 check, and king f8. No, king f8 is not possible. Queen f6 check, king g8, and now queen g6 check, king f8, and queen e8 check. There is support of bishop on ace c6. Now king g7 again, and queen e5 is played. The king is cannot save from the checks. More checks are waiting. Now king g8 again, white light square, and knight f6 check again now. So rook, this queen, knight, and bishop, 3 pieces are attacking lone king. It's so interesting to see. 7. Now king f7, and third piece and joins the attack, playing rook king bishop e8 check, king f8 now, and I think there is a capture occurred, and taking a pawn, and again king is in check. So the king is really so unhappy now. Queen c5 check. Now queen d6. Okay, queen is defending the check, and maybe okay, I'm capturing the rook, yeah, and the knight will be captured. This mandatory. So queen e5 check, king g8, knight f6. Okay, queen c5, queen to c5 check, queen d6, and queen into a7, queen to f6, and bishop a5. And now rook d2, and just b3 pawn push, and the a pawn is protected by queen himself, and the bishop is coming to f3, and rook b2. I think it is not working as. Okay, what can okay the f2 pawn be okay, the f2 pawn is also protected by queen, and both pawns, nice. And there is 5 pawn, so at last after rook b2, king g2 is played. Then I think the bishop will come here. So in this moment, Topalov resigns. The most epic game of Karpov, maybe the Karpov's best attacking game, I think we have seen. So hope you enjoy this Karpov's Immortal game. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and if you really enjoy it, and you can comment me how I can improve my video, how I can make this more enjoyable to you.